Yo, guys, I'm gonna start the meditation session. Just a quick 3 minutes this morning. Nothing too crazy. We're just gonna do a quick 3 minutes, alright? Just a quick 3 minutes.
The easiest way to get into the meditative state is to begin by listening. If you simply close your eyes and allow yourself to hear all the sounds that are going on around you, just listen to the general hum and buzz of the world as if you were listening to music. Don't try to identify the sounds you're hearing. Don't put names on them. Simply allow them to play with your eardrums. And let them go. In other words, you could put it, let your ears hear whatever they want to hear. Don't judge the sounds. There are no, as it were, proper sounds or improper sounds, and it doesn't matter if somebody coughs or sneezes or drops something. It's all just sound. And if I am talking to you right now and you're doing this, I want you to listen to the sound of my voice just as if it were noise. Don't try to make any sense out of what I'm saying, because your brain will take care of that automatically. You don't have to try to understand anything. Just listen to the sound. As you pursue that experiment, you will very naturally find that you can't help naming sounds, identifying them, that you will go on thinking, that is to say, talking to yourself inside your head automatically. But it's important that you don't try to repress those thoughts by forcing them out of your mind, because that will have precisely the same effect as if you were trying to smooth rough water with a flat iron. You're just going to disturb it all the more. What you do is this. As you hear sounds coming up in your head, thoughts, you simply listen to them as part of the general noise going on, just as you would be listening to the sound of my voice, or just as you would be listening to cars going by or to birds chattering outside the window. So look at your own thoughts as just noises. And soon you will find that the so-called outside world and the so-called inside world come together. They are a happening. Your thoughts are a happening, just like the sounds going on outside. And everything is simply a happening, and all you're doing is watching it. Now, in this process, another thing that is happening that is very important is that you're breathing. And as you start meditation, you allow your breath to run.
All right, guys. All right. Let's take a moment to breathe deep. Make sure you take a moment for yourself to breathe very deep, all the way down to your stomach. Let's take a moment to be proud of ourselves. Let's take a moment to remember our past failures and everything that they've taught us. Let's remember our past failures going into this new week and everything that they've taught us. Let's remember our past success whenever we have our troubled week, a troubled day. Remember your past success. Remember your past previous weeks when you've been profitable, when you have been a disciplined trader. Imagine yourself as a professional trader. What does that individual look like? You know, put that image in your head every single day. What does that professional trader or that professional version of yourself look like? Envision that person. Close your eyes and envision that person. That person's the one showing up today. Let's have an incredible week. Let's trade responsibly. And let's dive right back into the charts, all right? In terms of the US dollar, you guys already know I've been looking for these longs for a while. We are trading into this gap, traded into this, I guess you could call it a rejection block. And of course, it's going to feel like it's going to reverse for a little bit, but all good. We know that the way we're going to get higher is by coming back down a little lower and grabbing all of this liquidity. So last night, I guess I was talking to my 6-month group, to my paid mentorship, and they were going into I was going into some longs yesterday, right? And so on a weekly perspective, this is my goal, my objective. We're looking at 105,370 or 105,360. 105,360. Okay, that's my weekly objective here. Let me just take a screenshot of that. So yeah, I'm long for the week. On terms of the US dollar, will it struggle to get there? Probably. I mean, this is a pretty strong previous area distribution. I am anticipating some level of resistance up there, as we see now, but overall, we did just take previous daily lows, traded into a previous area of accumulation. So potentially we can go long from here. But this is my current daily range as of right here. And so because my daily objective has already been hit, excuse me. Well, because my daily objective has already been hit and it's really early in the morning, I'm going to set another one, but it's going to be an intraday objective, okay? So in terms of the dollar, we came back into previous weekly or previous daily opening gap there. Honestly, with this bearish order flow, I do believe that we can move lower one more time. Yeah, just the way where we're trading from gives me that feeling that we may trade a little bit lower before we see some higher price action. Okay, but if we do end up accumulating here, I'd be aiming for this insufficiency right here that was created during the Asian session. Okay, but as of right now, if I had to say, I'm short. and I want to see price action go deeper into this daily range. Okay, on my daily range, 50% and below is this low here. We will see if we even get there. We first want to see what happens in this area, right? Because for me, price action is looking like we're going to continue moving lower. So, in terms of daily objective, for me, I would say, if I had to pick, a return back into this imbalance here. Whether we take out that low, but overall, I want to see price action respect this imbalance and trade down there one more time. We'll see what happens when we trade down to it. Maybe we trade away from it. Maybe we trade right through. What happens in this imbalance right here is going to be really important for me. It's going to determine whether I'm going to look for a daily retracement or not. So for right now, my vote is yes. We are going to make it down here. But it's all dependent on this bullish order flow. So bearish on the dollar, looking for more shorts. A large range was created overnight, so maybe we continue, just not that much further. Okay, that's why I'm only aiming for this imbalance, and we'll see what happens in there. So in terms of the daily, that's the objective. Give me 1 second. 1 sec. There we go. Let me add this to my Notion. Again, I'm just journaling everything on my end. If you're not journaling yourself, this is your invitation. This is your invitation to journal your B4s right now. Okay. Okay. DXY, pretty set. I guess in terms of EU, we'll talk about EU in a second. It did hit me out at break even. Right here. Last Friday, we did trade back into premium. I mean, back into discount. Across all of them, all the indices, and I was actually, wow, my daily objective already got hit. And I was actually looking 50% and below for some potential support. Okay, I do still believe that we can make it down to previous weekly low, but as of right now, we traded 50% and below, and we are rejecting towards the upside. Okay, let's see here. We did trade into this previous area of distribution and this one right here as well. Okay, okay, but in terms of the weekly, I want to see price action move towards previous weekly low. Maybe we'll get back to the breaker. Maybe. But my objective is 50% or below. So, previous weekly low just makes the most sense to me. If we come back for any of this liquidity, that's fine. But as of right now, I'm short on indices. So in terms of NASDAQ, you're looking at 15,352. 15,352. Flat. And my bias is short. Okay, is there news this week? Yes, there's CPI this week. There's lots of news this week. CPI being the first one. Okay. My daily objective was this imbalance here. Now we have already traded to it. I want to see what happens in this previous area of distribution. See if we can get back down into this previous weekly low from here. Okay. We shall see. In terms of a daily objective, In terms of a daily objective, let's see. You know, I would love to see some shorts back into this blue shaded box. And then potentially even continuation on the longs. But this box right here, this blue box, which is this new week opening gap here, or daily opening gap, is my main objective. Because I don't believe that we're just going to turn around and be bearish for the rest of the week. But we shall see here. As of right now, I want to see some shorts into that area. So as a Monday objective, I have a very short-term Monday objective here. That does that mean that we have to be bearish this week? I mean, today? Absolutely not. We can continue higher and target these previous daily highs. But as of right now, for me, this makes the most logical sense in terms of what I'm seeing. Okay. So NASDAQ shorts. Dow still in deep discount price action. Okay. For me, Dow Jones already hit a weekly objective. You know, this previous weekly high on Dow to continue shorting just looks very attractive. It's a possibility. I'm not saying we need to go all the way up there, but it's a possibility. Give me 1 second. Sorry, I had just the nastiest stretch right there. I needed to mute myself. That's how good it was. Okay. So as of right now, acknowledging the gaps within our range, highs and lows, 50% and below, above is that high right there. 50% and below is previous weekly low. But as of right now, I would say for my weekly objective on Dow, I would need more data. And sometimes this is going to happen to you guys. I don't know if you guys have ever shown up to the charts and you're like, I could see both. But honestly, when that happens, I just need more data. And it's okay sometimes to need more data. It's not okay to need more data every single week, every single day. That just means you're missing something. But as of right now, we're in this kind of price action. I want to see some premium, and I want to see some upside liquidity taken. Okay. So we'll see what ends up happening in terms of Dow. 50% and above. Yeah. 50% and above of this daily range. We're already into this previous area of distribution. We're into this weekly imbalance, daily imbalance, and daily imbalance. So in terms of Dow, for today, I do want to see price action move lower. Yeah, I want to see price action find its way lower. Now, price action is extremely bullish. Higher high, higher low. Imbalance, respecting imbalances right now. I have lots of insufficiencies, lots of gaps to the upside. Yeah, I don't believe that the previous weekly high is completely out of the question here. So in terms of Dow, for today, I want to see price action. Same thing, make it back into the blue shaded area. And then we'll see from there. But overall, from that blue shaded area, and maybe we'll continue going higher from there. Dow's on a mission right now. We're 1 minute away from the open. I'm gonna put that on my Monday bias. Maybe by the end of the day, I'll give you guys the weekly bias for Dow, but as of right now, I don't have one. I think the previous weekly high looks very possible. Very, very possible. Like into this bullish range here. Insufficiency. Yeah, I do believe that the weekly, like all of this could be taken as internal liquidity. We trade back into this last push up that swept liquidity. Yeah, I think it's possible. All right, there goes the opening price. Price just blasted upwards. No surprise there. 830 comes in, mitigates out of that area. Nasdaq. But as of right now, yeah, I mean, everything's just moving upwards. It's more of a matter of where are we moving towards and what can we be targeting to slow price action down. I don't think that Nasdaq is going to overtake this whole area. It's very much possible, like I said, 50% and above. The only liquidity that we have available is that previous weekly high. Okay. It is very much possible. So for me, Nasdaq, if I'm looking at anything, it would probably be first this breaker block, which is at 15,750. Okay. First, I'd be looking here before I'm even acknowledging the low right here. On Dow Daily, don't we have a clear mitigation with liquidity capture, breakout structure mitigation? We'll see. What do you like for longs or for shorts? Because for longs, we have a nice breaker, one that we used this morning. For the shorts, we do have a nice area here as well. I believe it's a mitigation candle. So we do have some higher prices, but first, like before we even get up there, unlike Nas has that up there and previous weekly high, like all right next to each other. Dow, on the other hand, has that previous weekly high way first before we even get to that mitigation candle. So that's why for me, at least, Dow previous weekly high first before I could say anything else. Okay, we're already in a daily previous area of mitigation. Coming up to it. We'll see what happens in there. Okay. Before we even hit that previous weekly high, we have to come across this previous area of distribution. We'll see what happens when we get in there. Okay, guys? There's gaps right there, so it may give us some level of respect. We shall see. But the longs into those areas just kind of made the most sense right now. Excuse me. For the longs, yeah, no, this is a nice breaker area. Yeah, no, we've been calling out longs from this area. Will this whole daily range create a new daily higher high? In terms of Nasdaq, it does look very possible. It's flying up in that direction. Now, here's the thing, guys. Even if we don't take out the range, if we close above this bullish imbalance here, this one, I mean, that's bullish order flow. And then I'd be looking for these longs to take out this whole range. So totally, this daily candle is going to be very important, especially to influence CPI. Yeah, very, very good longs. In terms of the longs, very good longs. I'm not a part of them as of right now. There wasn't really much of a pullback into that blue shaded box, as I mentioned. We are trading into this daily insufficiency. No news today. Remember, guys, no news event as of today. If you guys do want to keep up with all the economic calendar, follow me on Twitter. Okay, follow me on Twitter. My Twitter handle is down here. It's the middle one. Okay, follow me on Twitter. I keep up with all the economic calendar and what I find important or not really important. Oh, it's 9/11. Wow, it is 9/11. Totally forgot about that. I'm not about to say happy Monday, but shout out to everyone, right, that sacrificed their time, even lives, to help those in need throughout those rough times. I remember I was not in the United States when 9/11 took place, but I had a lot of family here in the United States, and it was very scary to see them go through what they went through. So, there's a lot of people that suffered throughout those times, and I felt like the nation overall was very united. Like humanity overall was very united. I think the whole thing is really corrupted. I'm not gonna get into it too much. I'm not gonna get into conspiracies or anything like that. Yeah, I'm not gonna get into conspiracies or anything like that, but I do believe that as humanity overall, a lot of union came from it, and it was really cool to see. Really, really cool to see. Have you guys seen movies about like the 9/11, like firefighter team? Like that one's a really good movie. Nasdaq showing some resistance in that imbalance. What will you do, Nas? What will you do? Either way, on Nasdaq, I am gonna wait till the 10 a.m. Okay, on all of them, I am gonna wait till 10 a.m. Dow traded into our daily mitigation candle today. Beautiful as well. Very deep movie. Yeah, it's a very, very, very good movie. And Fabio said, "Yep, that's what I was looking for." Yeah, no, clean, look, good eyes, bro, good eyes. If you were looking at this breaker for the longs, very good eye. Longs on breaker, shorts on mitigation candle or targeting mitigation candle. Again, we'll see what happens here. I want to see how this next 4 hour candle closes. Okay, in the next 22 minutes. And I want to see how we dive into the 10 a.m. price action. That's really important to me. What do we look like by 10 a.m.? That's really going to be the important piece for me. Nasdaq getting some really clean rejection out of that area. I really love how the 1 hour is respecting that zone overall. Remember, that's a daily bullish imbalance that was created about 2 weeks ago. Okay, it was created on the last week of August, right? So not last week, but the week before then. So you guys can check that out. Okay, if we get a nice breaker structure here on the 15-minute, that's ideally what I'd want to see, and I'd be shorting to this blue box first and then Asian lows. Very, very clean moves and targets across the board, guys. Across the board, we had some very clean targets. Okay, in terms of the daily here on S&P, we do have a daily insufficiency. We did trade into 50% and above of the weekly range, guys. Look how we hit equilibrium and started rejecting towards the downside. We'll see how this 4-hour candle ends up closing. I'm not saying that we're just gonna dump from here on out, but I think it's a very good zone to look for our potential shorts for the day. And same thing, everything targeting that blue shaded box across the board, blue shaded box. If we do get the shorts, blue shaded box. Nothing further. Yeah, so very deep movie. I'm glad that you've seen it. The magic blue boxes, bro. Telling you, those magic blue boxes, they be doing their thing. Here soon, I want to get to the point where I'm not drawing any of these white boxes and I'm just drawing the blue boxes and the orange lines, and purely just support and resistance. Keep it super, super simple. We're getting some really strong looking shorts. I am really liking the shorts here on NASDAQ. Dow, no signs of shorts yet. S&P, some nice break of structure towards the downside on S&P. I like this. Let's wait for that 10 a.m. We'll be waiting for that 10 a.m. Guys, while I do have you here, while I do have you guys here, and while we're waiting for this 10 a.m., I just want to let you guys know that I have... So last week, we started our giveaway. We're giving away 3 seats to the online bootcamp, the ICT Smart Money Concepts online bootcamp that I'm doing on the 28th of October, 28th and 29th. Now, guys, let me just read it right off my iPad, because I use Instagram through my iPad. So look, let me show you something, or let me tell you guys something. The insight. So the giveaway was that we had to go to the newest post on my Instagram story, okay, and which is the ICT Smart Money Concepts Bootcamp, okay, the online bootcamp, and the instructions were to win one of these three spots or 3 seats out of the 30. Okay, to win one of the 3 that I'm giving away, you would have to share this post on your story. This part's important. This next part's important. Not only share your post on your story, but tag me and 2 friends in it with the answer to fill in the blank. If you can't identify the liquidity, you're blank, which is a part of it. Okay, so I'll even give you guys the answer. This giveaway could not be easier. Could not be easier. Okay, $350 worth of value, and could not be easier to win that. Okay. Now, very easy. I just want to let you guys know that since then, 30 people have shared this post. 30 individuals have shared this post on their story. But I only have 7 entries. I only have 7 valid entries. Okay? So, unless I shared it on my story, and unless I message you back saying, hey, entry secured, I'm just letting you guys know, out of the 30 people that shared it, that shared the post, only 7 were actually qualifying entries. So one of the things that I would highly encourage you guys to do is, if you didn't hear back from me and you did press your entry or enter, okay, make sure that when you shared your post, I just want you guys to know, when you guys share the post, it only tells me that you shared it. It doesn't tell me who shared it, and it doesn't give me a notification. Unless you do the second step, which is tag me and 2 friends. Not just share the post, but you have to tag me in it. Because otherwise, guys, 1, I won't be able to share it. 2, I won't see it. Unless I visually, manually go look at everyone's story, which I'm not. I don't watch stories like that. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I rarely look at... If I follow you on Instagram, I rarely look at stories. Okay? So I'm just letting you guys know. I have 7 entries, but almost 30 shares on that post. So with that, guys, I want to invite you guys all to redo your entry if you didn't hear back from me. Make sure you tag me in the story so that way I can verify that the entry has been given, and I will take down your Instagram username and I will add it to the giveaway. Remember, the giveaway I'm announcing the winners. I'm thinking I'm going to announce it on Friday instead. I was going to do it till Wednesday, but I'm going to do it on Friday instead. Okay, on Friday's stream on the morning or after, we'll announce the winners. Okay, and I'll do it all live. I'll just do it, randomize it here live. Okay, 3 winners, 3 spots, 3 winners. Who will get it? Who will get it? So it's such an easy giveaway. Such an easy giveaway to enter. Okay, so this imbalance here on Dow. Okay, we'll see what happens there. I want a full body closure below it. Full body closure below it. Nasdaq is just dumping. In terms of Nasdaq, I mean, I'd love to just see a return back up here. Yeah. Nasdaq is just dumping hard. After the hour, want to see at least a retracement back into this area. So we'll see where Nasdaq is at in terms of the 15-minute by the time we get to the 10 a.m. Okay, give me 1 second. Nasdaq's moving. Again, for me, Dow Jones, unless we close fully below this, we're still going to pump up. Okay? Unless we close below it. S&P shorting off very, very nicely. I mean, just straight dumping. If anybody did catch the shorts, you know, shout out to you. But I have not pushed a single button yet. Not one. And yo, guys, by the way, I just wanted to give you guys, update you guys on my trading journey. I did purchase a 200K challenge from the Skilled Funded Trader. I'm not affiliated with the Skilled Funded Trader. Don't talk to any of those guys. I don't know what I don't know. This isn't a referral for you guys to grab it. I'm just letting you guys know. In terms of prop firms, guys, I told myself I'm going to hold off for a week. I did, held off for a week. But in terms of prop firms, guys, unless you have somebody that works in SEC that is very balls deep inside, that is very well informed in the whole case, that is very well aware of everything that's going on in terms of regulations and what these prop firms are doing, unless you're talking to a professional about these things, don't believe what you guys see on the internet. Okay? Don't believe what you guys see on the internet. Seriously. Don't believe everything you guys see on the internet. When it comes to all of this stuff, guys, do your own due diligence and understand the following. And even write this down if you have yet to realize this part. Nothing in here in this industry is 100% guaranteed for you. Nothing in this industry is 100% guaranteed. Okay? I've lost many accounts. This isn't the first prop firm that this has happened to. This happens quite often, actually. Prop firms go down all the time. Even major ones have gone down in the past, have had their difficulties. Even if my Forex funds were to survive this whole thing, the credibility is very low. So yeah, I'm not going to go with my Forex funds nor recommend anybody on there. I'm not recommending anybody to Skill Funded Trader. I'm just sharing with you guys my experience and what I'm going to be doing. Because if Skill Funded Trader this week gets shut down, the investment isn't going to hurt my pocket. You see what I mean? It's like you want to make sure that you're not putting any financial strain in your pocket, especially when you're trading, right? So I'm gonna start the skill funded trader challenge whenever I take my next trade. You guys are gonna hear my MT4, but that's about it. I just wanted to let you guys know the challenge that I'm doing. I still have Top Step. I'm still with Top Step. I will remain with Top Step. I love futures, and I'm not gonna stop trading them. So I'll remain with Top Step as well in the futures market. I am going to get another prop firm that's opening up in the futures market, but just letting y'all know. They look solid, bro. Planning on getting a skill funding account as well. Nice, bro. Nice. Yeah, they look solid. They're climbing up the trusted pilot very high. I'm not saying the trusted pilot's everything, right? But it is definitely a big plus having that nice rating that they have on there. Nasdaq's almost down here. Almost down there. Yep. Dow, really nice. Yeah, I love what I'm seeing on Dow. Yeah, I'm gonna check them out, and I'll let you guys know how they are. That's that's about it. There's not much to it, right? It's like, if they're not good, then you guys will definitely hear about it. If they're not credible, you guys will hear about it. If for whatever reason I get scammed out of my $1,000, then so be it. It wasn't an over leveraged trade. It wasn't something that I'm putting a lot of significance behind. It is just something that is happening right now for me. And yeah, I'm going to continue to do these challenges. I will tell you guys what I did. I did fund a personal Tradeovate account. I did fund a personal account. So maybe here on and off, you guys will see me trade Tradeovate. You guys will see me trade Tradeovate. On and off again. You guys will see me do that in terms of futures market. I've heard TradeStation's very good. I'm actually looking at TradeStation as well. Okay, so I heard very good things about TradeStation. In case you guys ever want to trade futures, personal accounts is essentially where you want to lean towards. Beautiful fully body closure. We are now in bearish order flow on Dow as well. S&P is just dumping. Nasdaq as well. I want to see some 15-minute imbalances get back into, and yeah. Let's see if Fabio said, bro, I have a particular question for you. Do you know a reliable brokers to buy? Oh, no, I don't. So I'll tell you what. I'll tell you how I trade options. Okay, so I trade options. I trade QQQ. Okay, I trade options, and I trade them through Fidelity. I don't know how if Fidelity's US only. I'm not sure how all of that works. But yeah, I traded QQQ and SPY and options through fidelity.com. Yeah. And again, referencing these guys to what we already know about Nasdaq and S&P. It's a very easy and tradable assets. Very easily tradable assets. But yeah, Fidelity is my biggest one. I'm my biggest reference, I would say, because that's the only one I've used. Okay, Fabio says, oh wait, no. Somebody else said, sounds exciting, bro. Still with funded trader right now. Nice. Yeah, see, the funded trader is another one that I'm looking at in terms of futures account. As soon as they open their futures prop firm side of things, I'm going to invest with them. They're going to open the funded futures trader or something like that. The funded trader futures. I don't know. It's their sistering business now that they're going to be adding. Yeah, I'm going to be doing that for sure. So Again, like, I don't know about these prop firms. I don't know. We don't know what we don't know. These prop firms can be total fucking scam for all we fucking know. And so that's why personally I'm not saying anything to anybody. I'm not. I'm not good. Please don't message me asking me what funded account you should go for. I won't tell you. You know, after my Forex funds, I learned my lesson. Even the top can get taken down. So please don't ask me for a reference. I'll just tell you what I'm doing, but that's about it. I could only share my personal experience with you guys. And my current experience, obviously, since you guys see everything. I just want you guys to know I'm super grateful for this community. 18 people live right now. We're going into an hour into the stream. Why did I choose Skill Funded Trader? Because I saw them everywhere and I follow all the founders. I've been following them for a really long time. And I believe that their goals align with mine in terms of where I want to be in social media, like influence wise, like how to influence people. I believe that they have a pretty good appearance, you know. I respect influencers that are very transparent. And so these guys are being very transparent. They show money, they show payouts, they show withdrawals. I love their transparency. And personally, when they came out with their prop firm, I immediately thought, why would they want to ruin their reputation and fuck people over? Why would anybody want to ruin their reputation? You know, they worked years on building their reputation. These guys are, I'm telling you guys, these guys have been around for years trading. Okay, well, Jade Cap has been trading for over 10 years. Right? And so, the way that I saw it, I was like, if that's what I want, if I want to build a big influence, if I want to build a big following, and I put myself in their shoes, would I really want to fuck myself, my whole reputation, and everything that I worked so hard to build just for a prop firm when they have the skill set for unlimited income? It just didn't make sense to me. When I don't know traders, right? When I don't know traders, or for example, when you see CEOs out there that start these prop firms and they don't even fucking trade, that to me is a big red flag, right? If you see a big an owner, a CEO that's very much out there, that puts their face out there, that puts their skill set out there, that has a credible reputation when it comes to trading, that you know they've been able to call out things live in the past. When you see individuals like that and they open up a service like a prop firm, I believe that individual over the CEO that doesn't even fucking know how to trade. Right? They may not be CEOs of prop firms and they may not have all these fucking businesses under their belts, but damn, do they know what they're doing when it comes to trading? And those are the people that I'm going to follow. So that's where Skill Funded Trader came from. That's where my whole like approach to them came from. That's a great question. Yeah, it's a great idea, Fabio. It's a great idea. There's definitely a lot of content that I want to create. Maybe more of YouTube pages for sure. But in terms of like reviews and all that stuff, you guys can get reviews on Trustpilot. For sure. There's lots of reviews out there. It's interesting how all prop firms are now transparently saying that they all live accounts are simulated. Gonna be interesting how contest gambling rules in the U.S. will affect the industry. Roland said that. Very interesting. I'm very intrigued by myself, bro, because yeah, now I see a lot of people rephrasing their rules or their live accounts, right? I used to see live accounts everywhere. I'm like, bro, little do you know. I remember this one time I had a student who I showed him my live funded account, right? And because you guys know that the live funded accounts are not even live, and they put you in a demo one overall. And I remember I was in a challenge, and I was telling my homie like I'm in a 100K challenge with FTMO. This was like 3 years ago, and I showed him my screen, and he fucking stopped following me. He stopped talking to me. This is a guy here in Utah that had access to me in person. Stopped talking to me and everything because he saw that it was a demo account that I was trading, right? He saw that the challenge, he saw the margin, and he saw that the challenge was a demo simulated account. He didn't understand. Clearly, he didn't understand prop firms back then. But yeah, he completely unfollowed me and everything because of that. I was like, wow, that's pretty fucking crazy. That the misinformed will always be the first to act. Like, it's crazy, but the most misinformed do the most. Like, the people with the least amount of information are doing the most. Okay, so in terms of NASDAQ, this imbalance here gets my attention for the shorts. Dow might be a little bit higher or a little bit of a bigger range right here in terms of returning here and here, this breaker. Okay, I do want to see a return back in there, and S&P already hit the target, so I'm not going to do anything for S&P. But new 10 a.m. candle just opened up. NASDAQ 5-minute accumulation. But yeah, bro, I believe that these prop firms are going to be regulated for the best. That's my thoughts. Doesn't matter what prop firm you end up picking. None of it, not even your most credible prop firm, is 100% guaranteed. Just saying. Nothing in this industry is 100% guaranteed. So you might as well. You could either wait on the sidelines and watch people get funded and watch people get paid, watch people grow, or you can look at your financials, see what trade, what number, what dollar value wouldn't hurt your pocket, and take your trade, man. Take your trade. I did the skill funded trader because that's my trade. That's one trade. I'm not going to overvalue it. It is just one piece of the puzzle. If it claps me, it claps me. It is just trade. Every decision that I make, I look at them as trades. It's just a trade. That's all it is. I'm not going to over signify one trade over another. I'm not. One trade does not have way more value than my other trades. It doesn't work that way. I just want my Forex funds to give me my account back and trade. I mean, honestly, even if they come back, will they really be the same? That's the question. If they come back, what will it be like? I'm just wondering if they're gonna even give me my refund for my 300K. I highly doubt it. I'm not expecting anything from them, but you know, I want to see what ends up happening. But in terms of my Forex funds, I have faith that they'll be okay. Will they ever be the same? The credibility has just been broken. A Titan's been taken down. Law of detachment. Yeah, absolutely. We're traders, man. It's just one trade. That my forex funds, the 300K account that I bought, that was just one fucking trade. That wasn't anything. It was just a single trade. There was nothing different about that trade than my first trade, than today's trade. There's nothing that makes it different from the trades that I've taken already, that I've taken in countless of times. A trade is just a trade. A decision is a trade. Say said Attack on Titans. Yeah, the fucking Titan has fallen for sure. And taking my forex funds down was like taking the Colossal Titan down. You know when Aaron and Armin finally took out Baratold? Well, that's what my forex funds felt like. When they took my forex funds down, I was like, holy, that's a fucking big Titan right there. Roland said they will likely change brand name after the lawsuit. Yeah, a lot of these fucking prop firms do. You know what I mean? Like that's what they do. I believe Funding Talent's still around. They're just something else. It's not even Funding Talent anymore, and they don't do challenges anymore. I believe they're still around though, but it's like a whole different brand. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, Roland, it's 100% what's gonna happen. Respect to that daily fair value gap. Yeah, bro. Big respects on that fair value gap on the daily on NASDAQ. It was just such a clean area. We went to 50% of it and just respected. Now, if we respect this bearish one, that maintains bearish order flow, and I'm just aiming for that previous weekly low. But for today, that shaded box area is it. Okay. Shaded box area. Nothing's came back to my areas. Everything's just kind of still falling. No buttons for me yet. Lower high, lower low. I'm guessing you guys are laughing at my Attack on Titans reference. Oh man, we're definitely in. I definitely have a big following on my Instagram that are anime lovers for sure. I love that. I just love our generation. Like everything around the millennials, the ones that came before, the ones that came after, and millennials themselves. I just love that generation overall. Any One Piece fans? Don't get Jerome going. He's the one that convinced me about One Piece for sure. Gonna have to give it a try. You know it, Jerome. Yeah, guys, targets are getting hit. That's what we were looking at. From a level of resistance down to that blue shaded box. Okay, in terms of Dow, I do believe that Dow will go lower. I don't think that this is it. We are respecting some imbalances, but I don't believe that this is it. Oh shit, look at DXY. It's just dumping. It dumped hard. See, that's what I don't get. This is our objective for DXY. Okay, that was our objective for DXY. We mentioned that we would get back down there. You see, depending on what DXY does here, I would be very cautious about going short while DXY is shorting. You know, because Dow is respecting this bullish imbalance and DXY is shorting pretty hard. So we want to beware what happens in this imbalance currently. Okay. And then maybe we'll get back down here as well. But overall, right now, that was the objective. We'll see what happens during the 10 a.m. candle. Because we could just swipe the low, accumulate in this imbalance, and push higher. And that will give me a really nice short on indices. Right? Back into that 15-minute imbalance. Back into that 15-minute imbalance on Dow as well. Hunter, that's cool. Hunter, if you have a hard time to go, oh, One Piece, yeah, I've heard of One Piece. I'm definitely gonna be watching One Piece instead of One Piece for sure. Anyways, guys, areas are there. You know, pretty chill morning. Let's go look at EU. EU's fucking flying. Yeah, that trade from last week ended up taking me out. It's all good. We never hit the lows. I didn't even partial out. We didn't hit the lows. So it is what it is. We're back into daily imbalance. Right there. Right back to daily imbalance. So we'll see what EU decides to do from here. But in terms of the dollar, like I said, if that imbalance on the 4-hour gets closed over or closed through, I do believe personally we are going to be seeing previous weekly low. Okay? I do believe that it's a possibility to see previous weekly low. And that means we'll be seeing some pretty high prices on Dow. Maybe this is the liquidity up here that takes us to this upside. But overall, look at the way we're respecting that 4-hour imbalance right here. 4-hour imbalance on Dow. Right? Bullish order flow. 1-hour candle being respected. Okay? Just beware of that. Because DXY is dumping. Was. We'll see what it does. Nasdaq's falling hard. Hit our objective. Dow struggling. Dow is struggling. Maybe Dow will get back into that breaker. I would love for Dow to get back into that breaker. If Dow gets back into the breaker and imbalance, I would like to go short and take out these lows. Even though I think it's just going to go to this one and continue going lower. The ideal one is this top one. Nasdaq in a 4-hour imbalance as well. Previous area of accumulation. Yeah, I'm short on the dollar. I think we're going to continue going short. I'm long on indices. I don't think we're gonna take out the highs across the board. Not across the board. I think we'll play around within this range now, but I think the dollar's just gonna continue falling. In my eyes, I believe the dollar will continue falling. So out of these previous areas of accumulation, we'll see what NASDAQ does right there. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna make a quick cup of tea. I'm gonna be here till about like 10:30, 10:45 with you guys, and then I'll probably call it a day. But I got another like 20, 30 minutes in me for sure. So I'll be right back. Let me go get my tea because it's probably cold tea by now. Let me go grab my tea, get my water, and I'll be right back. All right, all right. Let's see, let's see. 1 second. Let me turn up my music. There we go. Couldn't even hear him. Yeah, I do believe that we're gonna go long today. Just the way the DXY is just continuing to dump. Nasdaq longs. Dow longs. Dow longs from this imbalance here. This 5-minute bullish balance. I'm gonna draw my magic blue box there. Longs from that area. And Nasdaq Dow S&P fuck. Longs from this 5-minute area right here that we're trading into. Nice little breaker right there. This imbalance in here gets my attention. If we get back into that imbalance there, I will go long. 1 second. And honestly, I didn't study my top step thing. I know I've been telling you guys I'm going to study that top step thing, but I haven't. That new platform. So I'm just going to log into the paper trading in case we do take a trade. We're going to stack all this demo money. But I'm not trading the skill funded trader challenge as of yet. I'm not trading that till after CPI. Hell no. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm not trading that till after CPI this week. Hell no. Yo, I have a homie that's out traveling right now, guys, and they just robbed him. You know, they stripped him of everything. He's out. I'm not gonna say out where because you guys might follow him and everything, but you know, they robbed him out in this foreign country. And I just want to know, I just want to let you guys know, for like all you travelers, all you my individuals that are going back to your home countries to go visit and all this stuff, be very cautious. You know, I know it's your home country and everything, but just be very cautious out there. There's no such thing as too cautious when it comes to like foreign countries. Be sure that you're accompanied by somebody, and you know, just and even if it was Michael, I wouldn't say that it's Michael. So it's just, you know, just be careful out there, guys. I know JD, you just came back from vacation, bro. You know, like stuff like that, bro. When you're having a good time, it's when you least expect things to happen that they happen, you know. So just expect the unexpected whenever you guys travel out of country. I think it's a really important thing to have the understanding that other countries, you know, that other countries are just not they're not as respectful, and you know, even on this one, even in the United States, like you can get robbed. Like even here in the United States, in your own hometown, and you could get robbed. You know what I mean? And so I would tell you guys, it's just like, you know, privacy is a luxury, right? Privacy is your biggest luxury, and nobody need to know how you doing and how well you're doing, especially people you don't know, right? And that's why I keep my personal life very private. Like I bet some of you guys didn't even know I have 2 kids. You know, I have a daughter who's turning 9 years old this year, and I have a 12-year-old son. I keep my life so private. I love it. Yeah, yeah. It's just like it just the streets are the streets no matter where you go. Some streets are more dangerous than others, but overall, it's no matter where you're at, nothing's 100% guaranteed. Just saying, you know. Yeah, some wild shit going on like over there in Cali. That I mean, people are just robbing stores. Pretty soon, like once the stores are shut down and all that shit, people are gonna be robbing people. You know, in my country, in Chile, we recently went through like a huge fucking economical reset. You know, they had a huge protest. Everybody was protesting. Fucking same thing that was going on in France. That was about to, you know, that shit that happened in Venezuela for a little too long, and all that stuff started happening and linking into other countries. And yeah, man, that stuff is pretty sad. Like that, your countries, when shit hits the fan, people gotta do what they gotta do to keep their family fed. People will do whatever they needs to do to keep their family fed. Right? What I'm telling you guys is do whatever you need to do now so you can never worry about feeding your family or your family going hungry. Do whatever you need to do now. Cause that's just crazy. Sorry about your friend. Oh yeah, bro. He's fine. He's strong as fuck. You know, he's a strong guy. Trader. So I mean, it's not like the funds are gonna. Are you can never rob somebody, a trader, of money. You really can't. There's nothing that you can take away from a trader financially that they haven't already given up themselves. I'm not gonna lie to you, like, you know, yeah, my boy got robbed, but I'm pretty sure when he started trading, the market robbed him way harder than anybody ever did physically. So, you know, there's nothing that he lost today that he wasn't already willing to give to the market himself. You know what I mean? Like it's just being honest, you know? When you're a trader, you have there's sacrifices, man. As a trader, you have to go through your sacrifices. Fucking Nas, man, did not come back. Or S&P. If anybody did snag the longs, though, shout out to you for these longs right here out of this breaker. It didn't come as low as I wanted it to. But anybody that snagged that little breaker right there, that's a good, nice little snack right there. You know, once this 5-minute candle closes here in 2 minutes, I'd move my stop loss below the low of the 5-minute imbalance. And yeah, I mean, obviously after that, you don't necessarily have to aim for the true high. You can aim for this breaker. You can aim for this previous area of distribution. You can aim for the fucking high if you want. But if I was trading this, I'd only aim at the max to that high right there. What he says, I know it's not easy, but could you briefly explain a breaker, please? Yeah. I think I've explained it so many times that I got really good at explaining it. So it's not hard at all. This is a very easy thing to ask because there's so many all the time. But basically, a bearish breaker is a bearish down close candle or a series of bearish down close candles. And so a bearish breaker would basically look like this. Okay. And the breaker zone is the down push that right before that breaker structure. So when you're looking at a breaker, you're looking at this area right here to come back to. So for example, the breaker here, we swept that previous high, broke structure, and so this bearish down close candle is the breaker here. Now when you're looking at a bullish breaker, it's backwards. It's the same thing but backwards, right? Bullish breaker, you want to see price action low, lower high, lower low, take out previous low liquidity, break to the upside, have a full candle closure above, and that whole up push right there is your breaker. And what we come back to, basically what happened right here on the right. Lower low, lower high, lower low, super liquidity, and then breaks above. And see that very next candle, once we close above, comes right into that breaker and just dips. And just dips out, yeah. I do have videos on my YouTube that go over the breaker as well, if you guys want to check those out. This imbalance here, you can get an accumulation out of this imbalance here on NASDAQ. I'm looking for an accumulation. S&P, sorry. Let's see, Dow, NASDAQ, NAS. What you doing, NAS? What you gonna do? There's a 5-minute imbalance here on NAS. Aiming for a new yearly high? Jesus. NAS off the 1 minute. You're aiming for a new yearly high? You're fucking with me, right? I didn't mean to sound so fucking rude. My bad. That probably came off super rude. I'm sorry. It's just baffled me that you know, I never heard of a 1 minute setup to a yearly high. I totally can see that. I'm sorry if I sounded like an ass by doubting it. I could totally see that. It's just the way that you laid it out. You know, previous monthly high, but it's also the yearly high. I get it. I get you. Okay, I see you now. You're probably like, fuck, that guy's asshole. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to sound like an ass right there. Yeah, I don't have high hopes for the longs on NASDAQ. And the reason is because on a bearish perspective, you kind of want price action to respect these highs. So even if we were long on NASDAQ, I wouldn't aim for a brand new high. Just because overall, I think NASDAQ wants to respect these areas. It just can't just dump from here because the XY is already dumping for it. Yeah, already doing all the dumping today. So in terms of longs, I'm more in favor of Dow and S&P. Dow and S&P. S&P right here on the 15-minute. We'll see what happens here. See what S&P tries to do. On the 1 hour, we are bearish on S&P. But again, if we end up shorting, I'm just gonna stay out of it. 100%, I'm gonna stay out of it. Did we? Yeah, we can totally respect this 4 hour. Yo, Juan. My bad, bro. I did not mean to say that in such a rude way. If you're aiming for a new yearly high, pay yourself, please. Oh, you were fucking around. Okay, I just didn't know, you know? I didn't know if you were fucking around or not. But the reason I said it the way that I did is because I'm comfortable enough to tell it to you. But, okay, you were fucking around. Okay, I'm glad. Because the 1 minute accumulation did make sense, though, for sure. The 1 minute accumulation did make sense. It's just DXY, man. DXY wants to stay different. If we accumulate here on DXY, we're going to end up respecting this imbalance on the 4 hour, and then we're going to end up pushing higher. Indices go lower, and then boom. You know, that's why I'm not pushing anything. That's why I'm not pushing anything. I want to see what the F is going to happen. Not jumping into anything. Bearish on the 1 hour in S&P. Yeah, I'm gonna stay out of it today. I'm gonna stay out of the market today. The XY does look like it wants to go long. Indices look more in favor of the longs, but we could definitely short off for the day. And so if we end up shorting off, I'm just gonna stay away. Clap that a B. Can I ask what's your PC specs, graphics card, and RAM? I feel like you may play some PC games from time to time. I definitely play games. I don't play PC games, but I play Halo. I don't play PC games, but I play Halo for sure. And I don't know about computers like that to tell you specs. I bought a pre-build. This imbalance is being respected overall here on Dow. This is a balanced price range right here, and it's being respected. So the shorts here just keep going. A lot of back and forth though. See, we went long at the open, short after the open, then long again, then short after, long on after 10 a.m. Right back into some previous areas of distribution, and then just continue shorting. Yeah. In the shorts on Dow came to 50% of daily fair value gap. Nice. Ricardo, where's Matthew? Matthew is, I don't know where Matthew's at. So he's probably driving his M5 somewhere in Cali. He drives a lot. But no, I've definitely so in regards to that, I don't know if Matthew's going to continue doing the Abundant Capital streams or when he's going to pick those up again. But when he does, I'll definitely be on his streams as well. And in terms of Matthew, I've had actually last week I asked him to be my guest on one of the streams and he he accepted. So here soon I'll have Matthew as a guest on the stream as well. He'll come vibe with us for a session and, drop some value. Gotta love Matthew. From one blue box to another. Yeah. I see where we're rejecting from. I just never really got an entry point in terms of anything today. Like even if cool, like we're shorting off and everything, I just don't see an entry point. I don't see an entry point from here. Like I see where we would have looked for an entry, but in terms of redistribution and reaccumulation, I just don't see the entry point itself. So that's why no trade for me today. No trade for me today. Let's see. It overlapped with the 50-minute imbalance price range and the 15-minute and the 5-minute imbalance. Let's see. For Dow. Nice. Oh yeah. I have it marked out. I'm like wondering what the hell you're talking about, and I have it marked out already. Give me a second. All right. Ricardo said, "Do you steal part of Matthew?" I'm not sure what you're asking there, but I'm guessing you're asking if I'm still a part of Abundant Capital. Yes. Myself, Nate, Cristobal, Christian, Joey, we're all still a part of Abundant Capital. Abundant Capital is still a thing. Abundant Capital still has its private group chats. Abundant Capital still has its paid mentorship. Abundant Capital still has weekly calls. Just because you guys don't see free stuff on YouTube with Abundant Capital doesn't mean Abundant Capital isn't something that's still going on. Like, we still have our weekly Sunday calls. We still have our private, group chat and everything. So, everything in terms of Abundant Capital is still up. Myself, I'm still about a part about Abundant Capital. Nothing ever. I don't know where the speculation came from, where people think that me and Matthew like split up or something like that. Like, I love Matthew to death. I hope you guys understand that. I love Matthew to death. I love Abundant Capital to death. ACTG for life. Let's go. Yes, sir. ACTG for life, brother. The pod. I talk to all the guys in the pod. I get closer and closer to the guys that I've met in the in-person boot camp. Eddie's on here. I mean, Eddie, I consider him a brother to me. Everything that he does, the way that he continues to work and on himself and outside of trading, that shit's inspiring. So everything, bro, like, honestly, in terms of ACTG, guys, ACTG is very much alive, and ACTG pod is very much there, and we're very much killing it. Just want you guys to know, Abundant Capital for life, always. The reason I started doing Inner Wealth YouTube channel, because I wanted to do my own thing as well. I want to expand my own community, grow my own following and everything, but that doesn't mean I'm still not a part of Abundant Capital for life, right? Like, we are a pod, we're a group of the largest group of self-sufficient traders, and that's really, honestly, that was Abundant Capital changed everything for me in terms of price action, like reading price action. So forever grateful to the pod. And so for whoever, whoever doesn't know of Matthew, you guys will see him on the call here soon, and you guys will understand where I get my approach to the markets. Like, this guy, he taught me the peace of mind. He taught me how to stay calm when I trade. And having a mentor to show you something like that, not tell you, because your regular gurus will tell you what to do, but real leaders will show you what to do. And to me, Matthew showed me the way. He didn't tell me the way. He didn't pave the way. He showed me the way. So, forever grateful for Matthew. Drop some sevens in the chat for Matthew. I know he's not on here, but drop some sevens in the chat for Matthew. I know a lot of individuals learned a lot from him in Abundant Capital, so drop some sevens in the chat for Matthew. We love you, bro. And I'm gonna drop some here as well. Drop some sevens in the chat for ACTG. If you guys were ever a part of Abundant Capital, trust me. If you guys were ever a part of my calls, you were a part of Abundant Capital. So just letting you guys know, it's always going to be a thing. Yep. I feel like, where's my brother? Where you at, my brother? Delani. Zay said ACTG for life. Eddie Pod. I wish we would have known about you guys at the beginning and got a lifetime. Yeah. Ricardo says, what about Christian? Does he go live for London? No, he doesn't, actually. He does not go live for London. Jerome said Matthew's the GOAT. He's definitely the one that simplified trading for me. I overcomplicated trading back in the day. I really did. I overcomplicated the hell out of it trading, and Matthew simplified it for me. So yeah, big shout out to Matthew for changing the whole fucking game for me. The breaker's still here in case you guys are looking at the shorts. The breaker's still valid. Just because we traded through it doesn't mean it's not valid anymore. But anyways, guys. What are you gonna do, DXY? Right, DXY shorts indices may pop off, but I don't see us popping off very far today. I'm just gonna leave indices alone. I'm not gonna take any trades today. I am looking forward to CPI. I'm looking forward to tomorrow. If you guys never traded CPI, if you guys are new to news trading and everything, please show up tomorrow. I know tomorrow is not the news event, but the day before news is probably as important as the news event itself. The day before news is probably as important as the news event itself. So make sure you show up tomorrow. Don't go out over trading. Don't go, throwing away your hard earned profits. Be sure to show up tomorrow, and I'll show you guys how to approach the day before a high impact news event. Okay? We'll journal everything. Tomorrow is CPI? Nah, I'm pretty sure it's Wednesday. I could be tripping though, bro. You're right. Like, I totally could be tripping. 1 second. Oh my god, tomorrow is CPI. What the fuck? Tomorrow is CPI. Well, huh. Damn, we have a lot of news on Wednesday. Oh no, we don't. No, CPI is Wednesday. CPI is Wednesday. CPI is Wednesday. I just saw it. Sorry, I'm looking at it all wrong. Today's Monday. Monday, there's nothing. Hold on. Whoa, hold on. I'm like second guessing like what time, what day of the week it is. It is Monday the 11th. Wednesday the 13th is CPI. And tomorrow's the day before CPI. So, okay, tomorrow's the day right before high impact news. Okay, and I want you guys to show up. Make sure that you make it a goal to show up tomorrow. I got lots to talk about with you guys, and I just don't want to see people fucking blowing their accounts really early in the week. And tomorrow's definitely I'm anticipating a very tough trading session, and that's why I want us all together to go through that tough trading session together. I don't know if it'll be tough, right? But I think liquidity buildup is the right word. Okay. Zay says, between you and Matthew, y'all showed me the way. Yes, sir. Let's go, bro. Appreciate you, bro. Man, I can't wait to see you guys in person again. Eddie, gotta go. But love you guys and the energy. Love you, Eddie. Appreciate everything that you do, bro. You inspire many. Luis, I haven't learned from Matthew yet, but looking forward to his guest appearance since you speak so highly of him. Oh, wow, bro. Yeah, I'm glad that's going to be really exciting for you to see one of my pillars in trading that has built, a foundation in my style of trading. Yeah, Trump, you threw me off. You threw me off, brother. But yo, I love you guys. I really do. Today was lit. Ricardo, thank you for your valuable questions, bro. I know I'm glad that you were asking for Matthew. That means, I love that. I love to hear that people are waiting for Matthew. So I will I will definitely be announcing mine and Matthew's session together. If I'm gonna message him today and try to get a set date to see when we're gonna go live, and I'll announce it for sure on Twitter, on Instagram. We'll announce it on the chats as well. So guys, I appreciate you guys. Love you guys. Thank you guys for being here. No buttons for me yet, so I'm gonna drop some 7s in the chat for no buttons. For no trade is a trade. No trade is a trade for me. So I appreciate you guys. Love you guys. Trade responsibly, guys. If you do decide to take a trade today, make sure you pay yourselves every day that you do trade. Make sure you pay yourselves, okay? And if you guys want to reach out to me, okay, make sure that you reach me on my link tree. It's in the description below. But not just that, guys. If you want to learn about my online bootcamp, if you've ever wanted to learn how I trade, how I do what I do over here on the screen, if you've ever seen price action, you're like, man, how the hell did you see that or know that? If you guys ever wanted to study ICT, I'm going to drop a link in the chat. Okay, book a free consultation with me and let's work together. Okay, book a free consultation with me and let's work together. I'll give you all the information about the bootcamp. I'll answer all your questions in regards of how I'm going to structure it and what I'm going to be showing. I will answer all your questions in terms of payment, how much it is, how many seats are available, and how I structured the whole online bootcamp. This is a bootcamp that I've shown in person, right? This is an opportunity for all those who have not been able to see me in person and do this presentation in person. This is the one chance you guys are going to get to see this live presentation that we've done countless of times, that's changed countless of individuals' lives, and can't wait to see it change more on October 28th and 29th. Again, guys, if you guys need anything, please don't hesitate to reach out. We'll definitely see you guys tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern. Clap easy, trade responsibly, and like our brother Matthew says, as always, send you guys waves of peace, love, abundance, and creativity. Clap easy, trade responsibly, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.